Well, we've made it back to another Monday, and this past weekend was one of the busiest weekends that I've had in a long time. And the weekend coming up, that's going to be even busier because that's the start of the 50-mile garage sale up and down Route 90 in the Finger Lakes region here in New York. Now, 50 miles isn't the end of the world. Sure, it's going to take a while to go through it all, but it takes me 70 miles just to get to the starting point. So I've got to hit the road pretty early, but it doesn't bother me. It's going to be a great day of picking. Hopefully the weather holds out. But I do have some cool stuff that we're going to take a look at that I found over the weekend, along with a vintage computer that just sold, and we'll even dig into some sales out of the Ephemera store. I picked out a few of the cooler items here to show you guys, and then we've got crates that are full of stuff over there that we may or may not get into. But taking a look at some of the stuff on this table, I picked up a Game Boy for only $10. Now, it is a little crusty on the inside right there, but I should be able to clean it up. I did toss some batteries in it quick, and it came on and made a noise, but there's nothing on the screen. But I should be able to get that working too, because the rest of it doesn't look too bad. So this might be something I could maybe mod or something like that. So for only $10, oh, and it came with Play Action Football. So not the best game in the world, but for $10, I couldn't say no. Also, in the gaming department, I picked up some PS4 games. We've got Knack 2, Dragon Quest Heroes 2. I think this one should do pretty good. Actually, is this the one that had... No, one of these had like a CD in it. Like it had like a music CD inside. Oh, this one. Wonder Boy. It came with a little CD inside. And I'm not sure what any of these are worth. They were pretty cheap, so I picked them up. And I don't know, I might have to play some of them before I send them down the road. Let's see. Moving away from the video games, we've got some Polly Pocket. And Polly Pocket here came in this basket with, I think, other Polly Pocket stuff. It was $5. Take everything in the box, but this is what I really wanted, because some of these older Polly Pocket sets can sell for some pretty good money, especially if they are complete. Now, I haven't looked here in the basket to see if this has all of its stuff, but I did pop this off because these light up and they take batteries, and this one did not have batteries inside. So very happy about that. No corrosion to clean up or no broken parts to deal with. And I'll throw a comp up on the screen here for Polly Pocket, because when you see these, you might want to pick them up, because sometimes they can be worth some pretty good money. I also picked up Taz. Taz for $2 is a pencil sharpener. He does still works pretty good. Needs to be cleaned off a little bit, but it's a really funky piece. And I'll throw a comp up on the screen for him. And I figured he'd be worth grabbing for $2. And then just down the street from Taz, for also $2, was this Plantronics M70 Bluetooth headset. Still sealed in the box. This was originally $40, and I want to say this sells for more than $40 right now. And for $2, that was also well worth the buy. Now, the sign behind here, this is Magic Hat Brewing Company. They were originally out of Burlington, Vermont, and I want to say they are here in New York right now. But this sign works partially. It's a dual transformer sign, and one of the transformers has failed, so part of this lights up quickly and then dies off. And there's another piece in the back that's a separate tube over here, and it's all like white tubes in the back so that this sign glows. And part of that also turns on right away and turns off. So with them being separate tubes and both having the same issue, I'm guessing it's just going to be the transformer and there's no broken tubes, which, fingers crossed. I didn't see any broken tubes, but hopefully I didn't miss any in there. PS4 controller for a couple bucks. I picked this up. Hopefully it works. I'm sure it's going to work. These usually work every time I grab them. You just got to worry about the stick drift. But you can test those even on a regular PC, I'm pretty sure, to see if they work. Looking at these watches quick, these digital ones here, I only paid $1 a piece for. And this is an ADEC. I think that's how you pronounce it, ADEC. We'll take a look at all three of these in a little more detail later in the video. But only $1. Hopefully it just needs a battery. More excited about the Seiko and the other watch over there. This one here looks like it's in really good shape. Hopefully only needs a battery to get back up and running, and only $1. This one was $4, and this is a Bulova Accutron. Looks like it's in pretty good shape. Needs to be cleaned up a little bit. Has some custom engraving on the back. But yeah, we'll definitely take a look at these a little more in the video and talk more about this one in particular, because this is a unique watch that takes a battery that you can't really get around here or anywhere locally for that matter. We've got some other things here that might sell for some really good money. But first we'll take a look at this accordion. This is made by a company called, I think it's pronounced Bomar. It's a entry-level to mid-range accordion made in Italy. It smells like a dirty basement. It's got some issues here, but it does work. I did try, well, I'm not going to play it. I have no idea how to play the accordion, but it's got some, I think, what are they called? Bass keys back here. Those, some of these are sticking pretty good. But it holds air, like it holds air pressure, so I don't think the bellows are damaged in any way. It's just really, really old. So gonna sell that, as is. I've sold a lot of accordions in the past for, into $500, $600, $700. This one here, I'm thinking it's probably gonna be between $100 and $200-ish if I had to guess. Now, taking a look at some of the stereo equipment over here, I paid up for this, and this is a stereo that I actually had in one of my cars years ago when I was really into the whole car audio scene. And this is probably one of the best head units you can buy for car audio. There's no built-in amplifier. It's called a deadhead, so you need an external amplifier like this. It's weird. I've got probably one of the worst brands out there and then one of the highest end units out there. But this is a Pioneer DEX P99RS. And originally, this along with these speakers would have been probably several $1,000s. Then you need an amplifier on top of it. But the speakers are the PRS, I think these are the PRS Stage 4, 6.5-inch woofers here, along with some mid-range speakers they're not in the best shape. And the guy threw these in with the head unit, but they're missing it's called a crossover. They're also missing the tweeters. So the crossover, it basically separates the frequency from the bass, the mids, and the highs. And it didn't have that, but I don't think you even need a crossover with this deck. I think this deck has a built-in crossover, so you can do that all. You can adjust everything manually. I think it's been a long time since I've played with any of this stuff. But honestly, this one's probably going to go in my truck. And I do need to find some better speakers, and I've been meaning to look for a nice head unit for it, and this one just might be it. But I'll put the comp up on the screen here for this because you're not going to believe what these can actually sell for. And same thing with the speakers. Now, these being not complete and used and not in the best of shape, I don't know if I'll be able to find a comp for these, but I'll throw up a comp for like the general set, the 6.5-inch set with the crossovers. If I could even find a used one, I'll put that up here on the screen. Getting some things together that have to go out, and one of them is this IBM Aptiva computer from the late 90s. This was in a few of my previous videos. I picked it up at an estate sale, and I remember having to go to, I think, 1 or 2 different rooms, I want to say, to find all the different pieces. The mouse, the keyboard, the tower, they were all spread out. But it's in great condition. It's got a fresh install of Windows 98 on it, and the buyer messaged me not too long ago saying that they couldn't wait to play some of their old PC games on it. But this one here just sold on eBay for $145 plus shipping. While I was making some piles of stuff to go into those crates over there, I ran into 2 viewers of the channel, Chris and Maria. I think I got your names right. But it was great meeting you two. I hope you guys found some awesome stuff at all those community sales that were happening, and I'm pretty sure we'll be running into each other again in the future. Now, these crates, they might be for another video. If this is something you guys want to see, drop me a comment and let me know. So in this crate are all old books and manuals for old stuff. Here's a master parts catalog for Chevrolet 6-cylinder models, 1929 to 50. We've got Holley carburetor books, all sorts of just really, really old car stuff. Here's a master parts price list, more 6-cylinder models. It's a little tough to get this here all on camera. Tight corner back here. Here's a cool one, the Buick shop manual, 1939. There's all sorts of stuff for Willys, Jeeps, Buicks, lots of GM stuff in here, Packard, and it's all the way down, just filled to the top with books, manuals, some older snap-on tools, some really cool stuff in these crates. So if it's something you guys want me to dig through, and we'll take a look at maybe a bunch of the books and go over the pricing on them, just drop me a comment and let me know. When I get some time, I'll make another video with all that stuff. All right, let's take a look at these watches quick, and then we'll dig into some of the Ephemera store sales. This first watch, ADEC, ADEC. I've never heard of this one before. I don't know if it's going to be anything special, but it was only $1. It's got a really nice bracelet. Looks good. It's in good shape. Hopefully it works by just putting in a battery. But the two I'm more excited about. One of them is this Seiko here. This one's got a nice bracelet too. And sometimes I've had these where you put batteries in, and the screen's all wonky. But I don't know, maybe I've got a battery. Let's put a battery in it right now. We'll see how it works. Getting old. All right, so this is a 259 5070. So what does it take? $395 or a $399? See if I got one. All right, good news. Got a $395 here. So let's pop it in and see if this watch works. All right, so there's a battery in it, and it's doing weird stuff. I don't know if you could hear that. So I don't know what's going on with this one. But if I squeeze it, you kind of get something. But then it sounds like it's like making that noise when back in the day when you would be getting a phone call and you'd hear this little weird noise over your speaker, like your computer speakers. So I don't know what's going on with this, but I'm going to pull the battery out because it doesn't sound good. The last watch we'll take a look at is this Bulova Accutron. And this came out of an estate sale later in the day too, which is shocking to me because this was only $4. And this is the second or third time that I've picked up a really good watch from this company later in the day, and nobody picked them up, which I still can't believe, especially with one of them. And the best one was a Longines watch, and it was $6 or $12. It was 14 karat gold, and it was there at the end of the day. So apparently no one knows Longines watches or anything about that brand because it would have been scooped up right away. Now, it didn't say 14 karat on the back. You know, this one doesn't either. It's just rolled gold plate or something. But when I got home and I cracked the case open on the Longines watch, it was that's upside down. It was 14 karat. Now this watch takes a battery. These Bulova Accutron, these tuning fork watches, and they make this crazy humming noise when they're running. And when you put a new battery in, you got to do one of these, and they fire back up. And there's an issue with that. The issue is with, I think, all of them, actually. They take a 1.35 volt battery. And all of your button cell batteries are typically 1.5 volts. So you have two options. You can order a 1.35 volt battery from a company called, I think it's AccuCell, and they're right around $20 or less. They last 6 months to maybe a year. If you put a 1.5 volt battery in, it's going to run fast. And so you need to get the watch rephased. I think that's the correct term, getting it rephased. So if you do run across one of these Accutron tuning fork watches, and you pop a battery in, doesn't work, go like this, it'll fire back up most likely. But it's going to run fast. So you do want to disclose that in your listing because, people that buy these, they're probably going to ask you if it's been rephased or if it's running on, the regular 1.35 volt battery from AccuCell. But I'll put a comp up on the screen for this little guy right here. Nice looking watch. I've had quite a few of these in the past. I've had the space views where they're all the dial is not there pretty much. It's just you can see right through them, and they look super super cool. So this one should do pretty good, assuming that it runs. And pretty happy that I picked it up for only $4. All right, let's take a look at some of these ephemera sales here. The first one is this postcard from 1913, Oriskany, New York. This one sold for $5.50 plus shipping. Next piece is a first day cover, dated 1952. U.S. Red Cross. It's got a military dog in the front. This one sold for $4.95 plus shipping. Another postcard going out. This is an Opera House in Knoxville, Tennessee. This one's dated... Well, it's not. No postmark on it. The AI says circa 1910. And this one sold for $8.96 plus shipping. Next two pieces are paper, and both of these are going calculated shipping. So I did change several thousand paper, all of the sheets of paper listings are changed to calculated shipping, and neither one of these are rural addresses, but they cost, well, this one here, this one sold for $8 plus shipping, and shipping was $5.48. This is the 1927 Cotton Belt Route Railway. And on the back, it's got the Cotton Belt Route map on it. Can't see the screen here to see if this is in frame. Like I said, $8, and then $5.48 calculated shipping, not going to a rural zip code. The next one is, oh, and I've got another postcard actually that just sold that I don't have with me here. But let's take a look at the sheet here. The Hind and Harrison Plush Company. I don't think that's what it means. Oh, no, it does. Infants and children's coats, fur effects for cloaks, a whole bunch of stuff. So I guess it does mean plush, kind of. This one went for $18.99 plus shipping. Shipping was $5.97 for this piece. All right, the next card going out, the last card going out here is from Naples, Italy. And this one sold for $4.95 plus shipping. All right, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.